this all in, do you? Number 1 student right there. It's spring. It's spring. It's officially spring. It's spring. It's spring. And I've never been happier that it's spring. Winter is finally gone. I can finally get out of this seasonal depression and can't wait to embrace the sun on my face. Feel the warm heat on my skin. I generally think I'm either a plant myself or a lizard because I can't stand the cold. Spring is coming, so that means we have to get into spring mode. You didn't see anything. That's for an experiment. I promise. Anyway, spring is coming. Your plants are gonna start kicking in at action again. They're gonna be starting to grow again. And it's the best time of the year. I love spring. I love spring. I've seen my first primroses and daffodils, so I know spring is coming. Here is what I tend to do when it's spring and how my plant care routine changes. Now, admittedly, I do still feed my plants throughout winter. I still give them like a little bit of fertilizer, but not very often. So spring is the time, is prime growing season. So we want to be holding their hand, giving them as much support as possible to grow as much as possible. This is what I do. Take it, leave it, it's up to you. You know, just say it. Oh, there you are. And in the spring, oh yeah, she has gotten fat. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So first things first, okay. Disclaimer, I am not sponsored from any of this. They're all from one place. I'm not sponsored, unfortunately, but they're great. So first thing I'm probably gonna do is, if I haven't been keeping clean and whatever with my plants during winter, I'm gonna give them a clean. I'm gonna use this horticultural soap as well to rub down on the leaves. But I'm gonna majority try to just shower them because our plants love a good shower. I think it's one of the best ways to clean them. But if you want to go that extra mile, there's this horticultural soap. Highly recommend. It really does get the dust off and it helps plants. Don't use neem oil. Okay, look, I used to use neem oil and I've learnt my lesson. Neem oil, no. No, 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 no. It's not tested. It's not proven to do anything good. Don't use neem oil. So I'm cleaning spring clean, hence the name. We're gonna make sure these are dust free. We're gonna get on it, yeah? Cool. Once that is happening, the other thing we're gonna need to do is feed our plants. Now, there are a lot of feeders and fertilizers out there. Liquid gold leaf is one that I've tested and trialed. I absolutely love, highly recommend. Just haven't got my hands on it at the minute. So currently I use seaweed. I use seaweed fertilizer. So seaweed is full of nitrogen, and nitrogen is mainly aimed for leaf growth, whereas if you have a fertilizer that is full of potassium, potassium is mainly aimed for flowers and all that stuff, and you also got phosphates, etc, etc. But the two main ones is potassium and nitrate. I would use potassium from like a comfrey fertilizer on my allotment for some of my vegetables and my flowers, etc. Whereas yeah, seaweed is great for leafy shrubbery plants, so your house plants can have this. So I have been using this over the winter. I've been putting like a little bit in it in the bottles with the moss poles, just because I want to make sure the moss poles and everything that's on there is growing happy and healthy. And I gotta say, like, since I've brought it up a few times since moving to this place, everything on my moss pole is just been doing so well. I could touch wood, because I don't want to jinx it. I do want to have a big massacre and cut all my moss poles down to little things again. It's going to be really weird seeing that, but I think it'd be worth it and doing it now before the main growing season. Only because, one, they're growing out their moss poles, two, I want their foliage to size up, and yeah, I want to do that. So I will be starting to give all my other plants this fertilizer. I do recommend liquid gold leaf if you haven't tried it yet. That's a really good plant fertilizer. I just can't get my hands on it. This is just the easiest thing to grab for me. If you want to go back to basics, seaweed is really good. You don't use a lot of it. It's concentrated, so you don't need a lot. A lot goes a long way. The same with liquid gold leaf, a lot goes a long way. Fertilizing, we're gonna need to start doing it. Plants are waking up out of a very cold, long slumber, and they are gonna be hungry. In the wild, they'll get their natural fertilizer from all the leaves breaking down on the floors and stuff. You know, you're talking like bird poo and all that kind of animal poop. In the wild, that's how they would probably get their fertilizer, but in our house, we're not going to be taking a poop in our plants, are we? We shouldn't do that anyway because it won't be good for them. But that's not going to happen, and there's no decaying matter around the plant to give it that fertilizer. So we need to do our due diligence and help our plants with fertilizer, yeah? Cool. Now, the only thing that comes with spring, the other thing, the most annoying thing that comes with spring is the pests. You might be thinking, oh, I haven't had thrips in so long. Well, thrips go dormant kind of over winter. So you might be in for a horrible, horrible surprise when it starts to get warmer. If your house is already kind of warm anyway, you might still see them throughout the winter because you're providing like a fake warm environment, and they'll just love that anyway. Not sponsored by this place, but Ladybird Care is where I got this from. And now I'm going to talk about these. These are Ambellicis. I can never say the names. The names are really, really long for these pest controls.